Divorce Dad Diaries, day 221, and today we're going to the Christmas Christchurch show. Christchurch Christmas show. I don't know why, I've been struggling to say that all day. Well, first off, I'm having some leftover fettuccine for breakfast, and then I'm popping over to McDonald's and getting an iced latte, all by myself. And no, I did not leave my kids home alone. The former wife is there at the moment, mothering her children. And the main reason for that is because my oldest daughter is going to be performing with her cheerleading team at the Christchurch cheerleading show. So we just felt it would be easier if she was to come over to my place, and then we could all go as a family, and then we can all enjoy the show. So while I was out, my next step was to pop over to the warehouse because they gave us participation passes that go in our car so we can get into a certain part of the car park. But of course we needed to print them out and I didn't have a printer. So warehouse stationery, my friend. Following that, it was back home to pack up the Backpack Dad backpack that I'm going to be taking with me, sunblock, bottles, all that good stuff. Chucking on the former wife's former shoes, and then into the car and popping over to the Christmas Christchurch show. And I know it's a Christmas show, but the first thing I noticed was the helicopter, and having to watch that go up and down, man, that's fun. But anyway, moving on from that, we very quickly, we got a bit confused with where we were supposed to go, and I found this map, and it was so we came in here, which is the regular entrance. Down here is where the helicopter is, and this P is where all the fair rides is, when we were supposed to be all the way over here. Fortunately, we wandered far enough to find it, and of course, enjoyed the Christmas choir, followed by some Christmas cheer done by the Christmas cheer team. I don't know if that was on purpose, that pun is right there. Did they use that? Christmas cheer? Come on, guys. Anyway, the weather delivered today, and it was hot enough to melt the balls off a brass monkey. So straight after that, we were over to get ice cream. I'm pretty sure this was the same truck I went to at the Rakaya Lions fireworks show. But we all got a cone while listening to the dulcet tunes of the Wonky Donkey Man singing the Wonky Donkey song.
Wonky donkey, winky, wonky donkey. Sticky, dinky, nakey, wonky donkey, winky, wonky donkey.
And then naturally we had to go to the bouncy castles. I know, ice cream and then bouncy castles, probably a bit of a dodgy way to do that. But as you can imagine, it was absolute chaos in here. They only got 15 minutes, and honestly, waiting in line felt like 60 minutes, while actually enjoying the rides felt like 5 minutes. But funny how that works, eh? But we ended up finding a nice table under the shade, so my former wife could watch the kids while I went and got chips. I went to this potato stick place. The only reason I went there is because there was barely anyone waiting in line, so I was like, quick, I can run up, get some chips, deliver that to the children. It ended up costing me $48, which typical show prices, but then we found a nice spot that we could sit down and enjoy the parade. Now, this Christchurch Christmas parade has a whole bunch of floats that are really old, 70 years old or something. Some of them are quite intimidating. They were very large. And of course, it had all your favourites, Mater and Bluey came and said hello. Kids were very excited for this one. The guy who falls off the wall, what's his name? The egg? Humpty Dumpty, that's the one. The Little Red Engine, no connection to Thomas the Tank Engine, of course, for legal reasons. Winnie the Pooh, or as my grandfather used to affectionately call him, Winnie the Shit. This Pika Pika car, which was, of course, bringing Pikachu along with it. Pinocchio, Geppetto, of course, sitting on the mouth of Monstro. Lots of O's in that one. Never really noticed that before. And while my kids were mostly excited about the cartoon characters, I was mostly excited at the fact that I got to see Susie Cato. There's a childhood hero. But on a serious note, this was by far and away one of the most impressive Christmas parades I've ever been to. The floats here, there were so many. The show went on for over an hour, so this is really just a snippet of what we saw. In fact, one of my favourites was probably these Chinese dragons. They were really impressive the way that they moved about. And of course, where would I be if I didn't shout out the world's smallest float? Oh, I had to laugh. But of course, once we got to see Santa, we were all hot and just ready to go home. So it was straight back to the car, straight back home. I forgot to bring a hat and my scalp feels very warm. Oh no. It also took us half an hour to get out of that car park. It was crazy. Probably could have waited a little bit longer before leaving, but at that point everyone was just tired. But it's been a fun week of, living in denial about the fact that I have to move. I think that's about 4 days away now, or is it 5 days? I don't know. I should probably do something about that though. I think Black Friday sales have started. Maybe I should get myself a fridge, but that's next week's problem. You'll be there with me dealing with it. Catch you on the flip side.